the best player to bring up in this kind of conversation would be Jaypee. Unfortunately, yes, they were. It was management hell for them. I want to give them a little bit of like an excuse because that no one could have seen that coming, right? Like even the management are probably like, God damn, why are we so unlucky? But I think they listen to the community a bit too much, and the community, I'll be honest with you, especially the Indonesian community when it comes to netizens, are 99% idiots. I'll be honest. In the comment section, the people who actually have valid things to say it's 1 in a million, and they usually keep to themselves. They don't say it in the comment section. Yep. 90%, if not 99% of the comments that I've seen, especially on Instagram and TikTok, by the way, are real just idiots. They would say anything to... It's whatever they're feeling. Evos were doing good, yeah, with Erlan.
Yeah.
One match. You can say 2 matches, yeah, because it was Dewa and then RRQ. The first leg where Erlan lost against Dewa and then lost against RRQ. Against Dewa, I don't think Erlan was that bad. Against RRQ, yes, he was pretty bad. But the community, alongside their own legends, Aura, Donkey, they were restreaming it and they were constantly berating my boy Erlan, constantly saying like, oh, sell this guy, which again prompts everybody else, or the whole comment section, to hate on Erlan. Now, for me, I think the way Aura did it, I don't think it was real. I don't think he actually said like, I don't think he meant it. You know, he was basically like a pundit saying stuff for fun, just as a streamer. Maybe he meant it a little bit, but the comment section obviously would take it and, you know, would view it as their own personal opinion. And ever since that happened, they were all in the comment section saying Erlan is garbage, he's never been good, all this takes away the entire first 3 weeks of MPLID, destroys Erlan's confidence, destroys the management's confidence over Erlan too, because it seems like the management actually listened to that.
Yeah.
I don't think management should listen to the comment section. You guys have a set of professionals behind in your arena, letting you know what's going on in scrims, letting you know how good the player really is. Why are you listening to a bunch of, honestly, dumbasses on the internet who sometimes aren't even a fan of Evos? Like, this could be other fans in disguise shitting on Erlan as an Evos fan. Just like it happens a lot for RRQ, right? A lot of people just say to VK and they're like, "Oi, Oknum, the Oknums." We call it the Oknums. But, dude, this is what, the 4th, 5th time that Evos have not made it to playoffs through, again, the same issue of rotating their players, listening to too many of the fans' criticism. I think just look at a region that right now is the best in the world. Philippines. De facto, right? Look at the way that they deal with hate, the way that they deal with criticism sent to their own players. They don't bench them unless the coaching staff actually feels, yeah, this guy's bad. I think the best player to bring up in this kind of conversation would be Jaypee. Dude, this guy was literally the scapegoat for everyone when he replaced Yaoi, a big figure, obviously, like a star player. Everybody was already saying like, oh my god, this Jaypee guy is garbage. It actually made me make the meme, it's Jaypee's fault on stream. You know, it's like, everything's Jaypee's fault, guys. Look, he made a play. It's Jaypee's fault. Then anything, Sanji dies, fuck Jaypee, you know? But look at the management. They don't care about that shit. They don't care about what you guys think in the comment section because they see how good the player is in scrims. They know the quality of their own players and they trust their own coaching staff. The coaching staff that, again, is the one leading the team. And look where TLPH are now. They went through some slumps. They changed a few of their players. Jaypee's still in there, and they're number 1 in the regular season. Yeah. That's a again, very valid point to bring up for Indonesian management. Stop listening to fans when you already have professionals advising you in the back.
Yeah. And I mean, that also raises a question on like, who exactly has the full control? Because we talked about leadership in one of the past episodes, talking about Coach Yeb and how the coaching staff is not just about knowing the game, but knowing how to train, but knowing how to review. It's also about that leadership, right? So now for Evos, like what's going on there? Is the leadership that shaky? Do they really not have confidence in their own judgment on their own players? Or is it someone even higher than that kind of getting involved here. So again, as I was a fan, the first thing I would ask about, even though all these points make sense, it's like, okay, can we have a statement? Can we have a confirmation on what's going on? Because if I'm supporting this team, I want to know what's going on, right? I want to know if I can continue supporting them, if I agree with their decisions. When there's no statement at all like this, I have no idea. Do I blame the coach? Do I blame the player?
Yeah.
I mean, we shouldn't be blaming anyone, but like, I want to know reasons, right? I want to do the math.
I guess that's it.
Yeah. I honestly feel like this conversation could go on and on because this is the underlying problem of, I would say, of Evos too. They always look to find a scapegoat every time they lose. They back in the day it was Age.
I don't know if it's just Evos specifically though.
Well,
it's pretty much Indonesia overall.
Exactly.
But
it's
it does happen
Indonesia,
more in Evos.
But it happens a lot to Evos because they're a big team with big influence. When you guys, by the way, said Age was garbage, etc., I was in the back in my podcast, in my own video, saying, no, dude, Age's drafts aren't bad. Like, not all of them. Some of them are, fuck you, Age. Sometimes you're pretty bad. But most of the times, it's actually not. I actually see the vision, and it's the players fucking up, yada, yada. There are a lot of other factors that come in. But they always seem to, they always want to find a scapegoat with Evos. Like, back in the day, it was Clover, if you guys remember, which was, I mean, it was a pretty bad move, but come on. Players make those kind of moves all the time. Even Filipino players have made dumb moves, but they get shat on by the comment section. The management's like, all right, it's okay. It's one mistake, dude. Like, at pro play, when you're supposed to take risks to win the game.
Exactly.
These kind of mistakes happen. It's all good. As long as they learn from it, it's fine. But in Indo, it's always, oh yeah, this guy is shit. He's never been good. Get him out of here.
And it's always like clip-driven, TikTok-driven. I think the culture in Indonesia is too many... Like people are just watching highlights and stuff instead of just watching the whole match. What happened? What's the context? It's not just one play alone. Everything happens because of reason.
Exactly.
Well, because it really feels like they're not trying to find out what happened. They're like, oh, something's going on right now. Something interesting. There's some drama. There's some hate going on. I want to get involved. I want to participate. So they're trying to find out. They want to find out what happened in order to participate, not to find out and form their own opinion. And that's a dangerous thing, man, because the first thing they find immediately, whether it's true or not, is going to immediately shape their opinion right there and then. And who knows what channel, which clip, which video they're going to land on, right? Who knows?
Yeah. My God. I think it's quite similar with Dewa United, but I think it's the opposite. Like, Dewa don't care about what the fans say, it seems, right? Because they're just doing their own thing, which I think is fine. This season, even though Dewa didn't make it to playoffs,
way better than we thought, I think.
They were way better. I predicted them to be 8th and 9th together with Navi. I didn't get Evos right. I thought Alter Ego were going to be at 7th, but it was Evos. Dewa are actually quite surprising because when everybody, including us, are doubting their decision to promote Spencer and Kesu at the end of the season, they did well. They beat RRQ with it. Well,
they beat RRQ.